Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This week we're starting out here Monday morning doing our feeding, and we got our new calves in here as I showed you in the last video. These calves all look really good. They're getting pretty big from whenever we went and looked at them, but that's good. They're gaining weight, and they're all probably around 400 pounds, around that area. There's a few of them that may be a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller, but they're really liking their silage. So getting them started on that. Then I can see they've been over there around the bale ring, over there on the hay, so they're liking that too. So we got some pretty good quality hay we put in there, so that way they get started eating that too. So they're getting started on their silage, giving them about 10 or 15 pound each, and they ate up, I think I gave them about 10 pound each yesterday, and they ate that up. There was nothing left in the bunk, so gave them just a touch more today, and we'll just keep bumping them up until they're eating all they can eat. So, but they'll continue to eat a lot of this hay, and we got them bedded down in here really nice, so they should be good. We're going to be getting another 10 in here this week, probably going to be towards the end of the week, that we're out of the same, that were from the same person. So these just came from our neighbor down the road, and we bought them off of him, and we're going to feed them out. So we're going to continue feeding here. I put their medicated feed on, and also put some corn on top to get them over here and eating, which they didn't even need the corn on the top. They were already over here eating it up. So but it'll help them. So we're going to go get started feeding down over the hill. I just snuck in here in the barn behind them when I put my tractor away. Everybody's up there eating, so that's a really good sign. So you can see there's a couple of them that are a little taller, and a couple of them are a little bit bigger, and they all look pretty good. I haven't counted heifers and steer and bulls yet, but I will here at some point. Okay, I just dropped some mineral off here for these heifers, and they're already on it. They were out, so they've got flies on them pretty bad. I'm hopefully gonna get a fly sprayer here, and maybe tomorrow I can come out here and spray them a little bit, because they're really tame. I mean, I can stand out there with them no problem. These are some really good heifers. So these are gonna be having their calves not this coming winter, but the next, so it'd be 2026. So they got a little ways to go, but they're out here on some grass, some really good looking grass, and they've got plenty to eat, and looking pretty good. We got a little bit of fence that we may need to work on here, but they don't seem to be getting out or anything. But counted everybody's there, 30 of them, so I don't know, but looking pretty good here. I was just driving by the other pasture over here, and I was just out here putting mineral out. I didn't see this, but there's two, looks like brand new calves, and they're both here with their, what looks to be their mom. I mean, they're both right here with her. Almost looks like she had twins or something. But man, those are tiny. Those were just born. I didn't even see those. She must have had them back there in the back or something. But I almost bet that those are twins, because they're both baldies just like her. They look good. They're getting around good. He just fell a little bit, but huh. Well, I guess there's two more calves. Well, it's been a while since I've talked to you, but Nick is hauling some manure out here in the barns, and I'm helping him for a minute. I've been working around with the skid loader, doing a few things. And so he's got these two alleyways cleaned out here, and now he's trying to work on the center here, but these cows got to get out of the way here. anyways, like I was saying, he's gonna clean this center part out of here, but I can't get the cows moved over to the lean-to quite yet, so I'll give them some time. They'll go over there. But he's gonna try to clean out some in here. It's just so wet in here that the straw just keeps soaking it all up, and then the straw just disappears. So we're gonna clean it all out and then get a fresh start here. All right, we just got our other 10 cows in, so they're looking pretty good. There's one little bitty one back there, but hopefully he'll make it. Should. We just gotta keep him up and going. So there's a few big ones, a few small ones, but I was gonna try to keep them separate, but it's okay. We'll just have to watch them, make sure everybody eats their silage and everything. And we're gonna work these, I think, on Wednesday morning, as long as we get our medicine in. They all look pretty good. Like I said, there's like 2 in there that's pretty small, but hopefully they'll be okay. But everybody else seems to be okay. And they're on silage over here. I don't know if these are the ones that were already on the silage or not, but they'll get to it. And like I said, we're probably gonna try to work these on Wednesday morning. Hopefully we're gonna get our medicine tomorrow that we're gonna need for them, and then we'll have everything set. We can get them worked. We're gonna bring them down to that barn down there and work them. So we'll just run them through this little lot here, and it should work okay. So we'll leave them alone, and they know where I've seen them, one of them small ones on the water already, so they should all be good. Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. I'm back out here in the pasture today. I decided to come up here and feed them a little bit, and I came back over here to check on our little twins, or at least what I'm going to call twins, because they are, again, both with this same cow, and they are tiny, which makes me think that they're twins. So very small, but they look good. There's the other one over there. But yeah, they look good. They're both here, so I was just gonna check on them. They're just kind of hanging out up here, and then everybody else is down there. They actually decided to go down and eat the silage today, so that's good. I didn't give them quite as much, but maybe tomorrow we'll give them some more if they're gonna stay on it. So okay, feeding in the big barn now. And Nick's still hauling this manure out here, so he's got most of it piled up, but he needed to get them all out of the middle area, so they're making their way out of there now. I'm getting some feed in. So okay, we were working on some fence here this afternoon, but now we came down and we're gonna do some spraying. So I brought this other sprayer down here. Dad's already going. I'm loading up right now, so we're gonna spray some more fungicide. It's getting a little late for the fungicide, but we're probably not gonna spray a lot more beans. We just got to do our seed beans, which are pretty long maturity. So that's why they're so far behind. They got planted a little bit later than what we would have liked, and they're long season maturity, so they're taking a while to get to R3 here, where we need to be doing the fungicide. So it's definitely going to be a late harvest, but we need to get the fungicide on these seed beans. All right, we're out here in the field. We got a pretty big, wide open field here, so we're knocking it out. We've already got about 600 gallons sprayed here, so everything's going pretty good. Dad sprayed one lap around that field over there, so he's going to load up again and come back. Trying to get turned around here. a lot better to stay in the rows. So. Alright, we just got finished up in this part of the field. I think Dad's gonna come back and finish that over there across that waterway. And then, cause he's already got one lap around it. So I did this front field here, which I think is about 50 acres. But I'll double check. I don't have very much left, so. Well, I don't know how many acres it was because since we've already sprayed it with herbicide once, it's already marked down acres. I didn't write it down before I started, but it's okay. There's Trevor mowing. So we'll get out of here and get on to the next field. I don't know where we're going next, but we'll see. All right, we're down here in one of our fields right here in Maconia. There's Dad over there. You can't see him. The window's all dirty. But these beans are gigantic here. These look really good. Now there's a few spots. These are low spots, you know. Yeah, this is a pretty wet farm here, but these spots looks like they're got some kind of a deficiency there. Maybe that kind of got tied up there, but they look good overall. There's places where they're rubbing the bottom of the sprayer, so that's good to see. Even though they were planted a little bit later, I think that these are still going to have some really good potential. Trying to get turned around. Got about 80 acres here. It's split by the ditch there, so I don't know if I'll have enough because I basically came down here and ran a little bit along the ditch, and then I ran out, so I had to fill up. So probably I'm not gonna get everything done here, but should get a good little bit here. Dad's over there loading up, I think. I think we were gonna quit after this load here, so. All right, it's Wednesday, and we are working cattle today, but we had a little bit of a problem. So we were working them up there in the old barn at the older head gate, and we were about halfway through, actually over halfway through. We got 10 here in the trailer. Well, the head gate broke, and so it's not really fixable without a welder and some time, so we just hooked up the trailer to the tractor. I had to switch bale spears and put the one on there that had the ball, and so we're hauling these 10 down here to the other barn where we can work them. And these are the new calves that we brought in. Evan and Trayton are helping me work them today, so we're gonna get down here and get these last 10 worked and get this over with. Okay, we're down here spraying beans now, so we got our cattle worked and had to haul them back up over the hill and get them put away and everything, but we got that all done. So we're spraying these beans where we were at yesterday, finishing up this field, and then we've got a couple more fields that we can do here, but this is probably going to be the last tank mix because I should have enough to do the other little fields that we got. We got some bad spots in here, but overall they look pretty good. So, and I just got on the wrong row too. I thought I was supposed to get on that row, but I'm not spraying, but I had to fill in where I ran out yesterday, so we'll have to get back in the right row, but we'll head over to the other fields now. Okay, we are in probably our second to last field because I'm gonna have enough to finish this, so I'm gonna have a little bit extra, and then we'll have to spray that out in another field, and then that should be it. So Dad had to reload. He's loading up about a half load, then he's got to finish up spraying a little bit, and then he's gonna be done. So we're not gonna spray on all of the beans, but we're definitely hitting these seed beans. Okay, just finished up with what we had here in this other field, so I'm gonna walk out through here because I don't really like the way that these beans look compared to the other variety that's in the field. We've got some weeds here, some grass. That's Dad's gonna mix up some Roundup with what he's got in that half load, and he's gonna spray this here, so take care of this grass here. Just on this in row, seems like, so it's not all the way through the field. But as you can see, the beans really get taller right there. And it's basically, looks like it's planter pass difference. And there were two, sorry, I'm tromping down a mare's tail. There's two different varieties in this field. These here on the end rows are Beck's 4030s, and then out here in the middle it is Beck's 3850s. And the 3850s just look absolutely phenomenal out here in the middle. I mean, you can see the height difference right there. You can see color difference. Really not happy with the way these 4030s are looking. Usually they're a pretty good bean on some of this better ground down south here, but it doesn't seem to be the case this year. Okay, I about got ran over by a sprayer, but I was looking a little bit more, and typically these 4030s are a little bit shorter than the rest of them, but they really load on the pods, so I'm not saying that one or the other is going to be better, but by the looks of it, the 3850s are going to be better, but you never know. So anyways, this feels a little bit inconsistent, but that's just what you get with planting later and everything. So he's getting that grass killed now. I'm gonna head this back to the barn. All right, it's Thursday. We're blowing straw in here, so Nick got this cleaned out on, I guess that was Tuesday, and a little bit yesterday. And then now I'm getting some straw blowed down here. That way they've got a good bedding. Got some wind now. Was doing fine. I got most of the front all done. I had about 1.5 bales here, so it should do pretty good for now. Okay, well, it's like 4 o'clock now, and I don't really feel like I've accomplished much today, but we have, because we've cleaned out this entire area right here. It started off, I was shoveling up there by that feed bin this morning. Down, there's a water hydrant like right there, and I was shoveling around it, and it had a bunch of rotten stuff down in there, and there was about 10 rats that ran out, and so I tried to kill as many as I could, and I was like, well, shoot. So I did that, and then Dad and Nick were hauling some trash out of here, and so I started cleaning up everything in here, and the rats were in here so bad, it was unbelievable. I mean, there's probably 30 rats over there in that corn. So that's what we're going to try to get that cleaned up here in the next few days. And then we'll be switched to using that new feed bin that we put up. So that'll help us significantly. So we got all the rats picked up here. I'm going to get out some rat bait tomorrow and make sure we keep the rats out of here, because they had gotten into all of those bags that are standing right there. They've gotten into, and they've got holes in them. So we're going to have to get that taken care of before we can put anything else in here, because I'm going to need to get some new concentrate and everything, but the rats keep getting into it, so we're going to have to get that taken care of here. I'd like to find somewhere else to get some of this, put some of this stuff in, but if we can get the corn out, there's a pile of corn over there. If we can get that out of there, that'll really solve the rat problem. So I am not a fan of rats, so I had Nick helping me. He's not scared of them. I'll do a lot of things, but I will not mess with rats. Okay, we're in a tractor and we're in the field, so we're cutting hay. This is obviously some... Alright, we're in the field and cutting the hay, so second cutting. This has already been bush hogged down once to knock the Johnson grass down, but it's back again. And there's some pretty decent grass up underneath here, so we're cutting it down. It'll make a good little bit. I mowed that field across the driveway. It wasn't very much, but there was some Johnson grass in it and stuff. Just knocked it down. I've got one more 10-acre field that I want to try to get done this evening. And I think it's 7 o'clock, so should be able to get it out, get it done. So just got a little sliver here left at this one. We're up here where the barn is here, up east of the farm. We got about 100 acres out west of the farm that we'd like to cut down again, because it's got some Johnson grass coming in it, but I'm not sure about the whole thing because some of it had Johnson grass, some of it doesn't, and so I don't know how big the grass is going to be. So that's something we're going to have to check on while we're probably check on that tomorrow and see if it's worth mowing or not. But we're probably not going to make very much second cutting hay. With how much we had on the first cut, we had plenty of hay, so we're not a big push to make any second cutting, so which is a great thing, but we just have to go in and bush hog down this Johnson grass and stuff if we don't come in and make a second cut. Okay, we're in this other like 10 or 11 acre field. We're almost done here in the front part of it, out here by the road. We got a little bit left in the back to do, back there on the hill. But this one goes pretty quick, so I don't think it hasn't quite been an hour since I talked to you last, 7 o'clock, so we're making pretty good headway. Sorry, the window's dirty. I really need to wash this off before we go cut that other 100 acres at some point. Okay, we just got finished up here and got this hill all cut down and everything, so we'll put this in the barn and call it a night. All right, it's Saturday evening. We fed this morning and we worked some cows out in the pasture. So there was about 25 or something of those. Worked the cows and the calves. We didn't wean the calves yet, but we will here at some point. But worked those, and then we were going to bring the corral up to another group of cows that really need to get worked pretty bad because the calves have pink eye. So that's what we did today. I'm cutting some hay now. I'll turn this around and show you. So I cut about 15 acres yesterday, which is out in the front part of this field. This is about 100 acres in total. I cut that, and then I started on this bigger part of the field, and I finally got all the ends on this. Now I'm going back and forth through the middle, so it's not super thick, but the Johnson grass is pretty thick where it is, and so we'd have to mow this down anyway, so we'll get a little bit of hay off of it, put out in the pasture. I mean, it'll be decent. So at least we're catching most of it before it goes to seed, so hopefully it won't reseed itself, and we'll get a little bit of hay off of it. So I got a good bit of that done, as you can see back there. I would say I'm probably 2/3 of the way done with this field. I got all the inrows on, and that really takes a long time to do. There's just, these 2 strips here that need to get cut, but it really wouldn't take very long. So we can maybe cut those down tomorrow and hopefully get on to baling what we've already got cut down here today. So today not today, yesterday and the day before. So we'll get that done, see what we can do about some cows tomorrow, and we'll go from there. Okay, we are in the 6150. It's Sunday. We're gonna go hook up the rake to this thing, and then Colton's gonna run the rake, and I'm gonna run the baler, and we're gonna bale up a couple of these little fields that I mowed the other night. And then Papaw's out there mowing. He's finishing up that big field out there I was in, and there was 2 other little ones he had to do, so he's finishing that up, and then that should finish up the rest of what the hay we want to cut. So unless we find another field that's worth cutting, but none of it's really came back a lot. We haven't gotten much rain here lately, so it's not super thick. So we're gonna get up the road here, get the rake hooked up, and then get to baling. All right, we are in the last field baling. Colton just got finished up, so we've got the other fields on the other side of town, but we're just gonna do this for tonight. There's probably about 20 acres in total, but that'll finish it up for tonight. So he's gonna go put that up. I've got like 3 more windrows here to do, and then we'll be finished up. Hey everyone, thank you for watching this week's video. So we got a little bit of hay made last night, but we still got some left to do here on Monday. So working on blowing straw, feeding this morning. But that's gonna wrap it up for this video. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment down below, and we'll see you next week.